Now, the director of the Gambia Prison Services has said that the former government under Yahya Jammeh has been bent on using prisons as punishment for opposition figures. The prison chief made this disclosure during his testimony before the Gambia's Trrc on the extent of the systematic human right in the cells. The testimony alleged the absence of any form of program to uplift the life of the prisoner. Details of that in this report.
The Truth, Reconciliation and Reparation Commission on Monday resumed from the COVID-19 break, going straight into the institutionalized human rights violation arrested in the uncomfortable conditions of the prisons in the Gambia. The Director General of the Gambia Prison Service, Ansumana Mane, told the Commission on Monday that although prisoners deserve respect, there was never a policy to consider making the inmate better persons. He observed that the period from 1994 to January 2017, there was no such programs to help the inmates in personal development, despite the idea being sold to the prison department in several occasions.
It wasn't like that.
Why do you say that?
Program ne tigedo min sad na ko isa sugindi wala kafa ko ni program pour ka inmate sol mako elom pour ni funjida sini so me se keno fam mako elati a program o tenu ngeno,
because there was no such program which you can associate with that, which you can say that this is a program which is intended to assist the inmates so that when they leave they will become independent people.
Adunga kalamuda wato menambe commissioner of administration yala.
I can recall while I was commissioner of administration,
institution do be ka fay Insight Training Center.
There is an institution called Insight Training Center.
Sinyajama ekana former director ika approach.
On many occasions, they approached my former director. They wanted to bring in programs which will help to empower the inmates. But this program, until I left, I do not think it ever took place.
In the testimony of Mr. Mane, the Gambian prisons were used as tools to punish political opponents, a situation of which the former president named the prisons as five-star hotels for the wrong reason.
We also saw civilians in the midst. We saw many popular businessmen there. We also saw many opposition members who are not in line with the government. We also saw religious leaders being brought in.
And which institutions within the government would normally bring these kinds of detainees to the prisons?
Mansakunda la doku bunda jumale dunka wo kasolan ka fasongulu wo mo fasongulu nati kana kasola.
Mostly, they would say that they come from the NIA.
On the admission of prisoners to the cell, the former director noted that there was no staff who had the courage to request for formalities from agents of the then National Intelligence Agency under the leadership of Yahya Jammeh. It was tradition, he noted out, for people to be escorted by the NIA officers without any proof of arrest warrant or legitimate authority.
Come and inform us that such and such prisoner was being brought and you should admit them. Thereafter, you will not have the courage to refuse to do that.
Who is the former director you are referring to?
Director
director Jamal bari David Kolira watola.
I worked under many directors, but this was during the tenure of David Colley.
This David Colley, where is he from?
In David Colley botami.
I don't know where he hails from, but he has a compound in Kanilai.
According to the 2019 country reports on human rights practices on prison and detention center condition, the Gambia's prisons are harsh and potentially life-threatening due to the shortage of food, access to potable water, poor ventilations, and lighting. The conditions of the prisons are highlighted for being overcrowded and occurrence of physical abuse coupled with inadequate sanitary, government, and medical care. Reporting for iAfrica News, I am Aissatou Tamba.